Welcome back, Assumption Esports fans. It's Tuesday night, so we have a Valorant game today. As we load into our first map, it seems we've selected Haven. Assumption coming off the back of their first win in a narrow game. We'll see how they opt to pick for Haven. See if they can do it again. Personally, I hope they can, but I hope, win or lose, it's 2-0, because I have an exam tomorrow. So, come on, Assumption. And we load into this buy phase. Pistol round. We'll see what both teams opt to purchase. Seems to be around a ghost for St. Mary's, and a wide array of classics, util, and shield for the side of Assumption. Shots down that center point. Not a big damage trade, it's in his favor, but Viper is going to take roughly half. ISO pushing through the window like they were doing last map, but is actually caught out by the Omen. And they're going to fall. Open gets a second. And they're able to stop Assumption's push here pretty easily.
Cover going out.
Assumption's going to be forced to try and figure some out. Hayden sees one up top, but is not able to land the shots well enough. And he's going to fall. It's a 2-on-5 for Assumption. Both members very low in health. Cherry Dart tries to get the concedes one. Viper shot for the ghost. All on Tom. 5 health. 1v5 the Dream. And the aim blab was not enough. That's going to be a round of half buys for St. Mary's. And a good old classic save round for Assumption as they attempt to push towards East Haven sites. Pretty much a full mid B push from Assumption here. Try and get these with a nice rush. Payne takes one ahead. Open refrags, but Tom's gonna fall, and it's not looking good for Assumption here. And shot in the back with a shotgun is going to be another round for St. Mary's.
Look for my shadows, they will hide you.
Killjoy sitting close with the Judge. Viper finds one. Gets spotted up by the drone, but is still playing that closed door. They're going to force the Killjoy out, and Tom picks up the kill. 5v3 is Assumption's favor. Finally getting a man advantage. Tom takes out one more, putting Assumption at a 5-2 lead as they move to rotate towards the A side. St. Mary's prepping a tracker dart, trying to get the locations. Gonna get some spotted peoples. And they do know the Assumption is now attempting to push this site. Plants going down.
Spike planted.
St. Mary's is in for a tough time taking this in a 1v5. Iso picks up one. So goes one, spots two out, but is unable to make any connecting shots there. And just really tough position to be in. Sees one. But he's going to get shot to the wall in the head by Payton, and Assumption puts up their first points on the board. Now, once you win that pistol round, the first one, the second round is kind of a gimme, right? Because you have your pistols, they have their non-pistols, and you know what beats a pistol? Anything other than a pistol. Well, Assumption tries to I'll look at some shots off. They're trying to push out the Silva, so Sellers here. See if they're able to succeed, and they are getting him on the turn. And an empty A site as St. Mary's rushes to try and fill those open positions. Sees the block go down. Omen smoke. And Assumption has A site control as they rush over to from their other plants, from the other business to help support the plant here. We'll see if they're able to rotate in time. Okay, gets one. And it's a tough position for St. Mary's to be in, with Payton and Tom securing the cross here. But Payton gets them both, and what almost turns, it goes from almost a choke into a narrow victory for Assumption. He's going to pick up an Odin for himself after that last round. Probably gets a nice wallbang chip. Meanwhile, the Viper plays these long C angles. ISO pulls up with a kill though in that long range cellar angle. Viper gets one more as the killer is caught walking through the smoke. And Assumption has control of C site as they pick up another frag on their way here. Breach finds one onto the ISO, and St. Mary's finds themselves in a 2v4 retake. But it's going to be pretty tough as they can hold that bomb from the long C as well as the util they have already set up here. Not to mention the player advantage. And it looks like St. Mary's looking for refrags. Or not refrags, exit frags. They're able to find only one, but at the cost of their classic Yoru. So you know, not like a real cost, anyways. Once again, the long C angle game is being played. Smoke is gonna stop them from playing that game temporarily though, as a lot of angle jockey is happening, perhaps unbeknownst to those playing the games.
Shadows traveling.
Viper is going to end up losing that long battle. And so will ISO as ISO pushes into mid. Unloading with the Odin. Finds some chip onto the rival kill drive, but not without taking damage to their own. Loses the gunfight to the breach there, and as the sword picks up another one, and that's going to be some more frags for St. Mary. They're going to pick up all his rounds.
Out of charges.
The assumption looks like they're positioning for a pretty quick A push. We'll see if St. Mary's able to respond to that. Viper line goes out. Not quite active though. And so it's time to hold down the fort with the Odin. Killjoy ultimate going out though, he's gonna have to back out if they want to defend this really.
Welcome to my world.
Viper ultimate out as well. Okay, so Assumption is going for a lot of ultimate use for this push here.
Poison's off.
Right through, but the Viper ultimate is still up and active. But it's gonna fall down now. St. Mary's finds 3. All on Tom with the ultimate to try and stop this. Go for the defuse. Tom gets 1. Tom gets 2. Tom gets chip on 1, but not quite able to get the kill. Finds 1, but is not. The distance a bit too far. He's unable to locate that last kill. And despite a vast spender of ultimates from Assumption, they're unable to pick up the bomb or the point needed there. I think unfortunately Viper just kind of got sprayed through the ultimate, and once that's down, they lose a lot of their potential to just sit on that bomb. Because I think they rushed the plan. They didn't even get a pick before they planned it. They killed ultimated to get them all out of A, and then they Viper ultimated to get them. Let's have Yoru scouting out people. Locates 3 of Assumption before going back to his hidey hole. But in the meantime, Assumption takes out 1. While St. Mary's responds with 2 of their own. Assumption pushing this A site. Finds 1. And it's a 3-on-3 now. Going for the plan.
grenade out.
It's you and me.
Found some.
Last player standing.
And something isn't a 1-on-3. Diffuser down. Almost gets the shots off, but not quite as Samir picks up a 5th round. The Assumption has lost 3 in a row here. They're really going to pick up some momentum and speed back here. And they're going to put all their marbles in this next basket as they all full buy here. With pretty much 0 breadcrumbs left afterwards. So hopefully this goes a little better for them. And so far so well. Vipers finds 1 off the rip on that long C angle. With Kildor trying to contest it still. While some of Subtle's forces push up this mid B point. ISO finds another, or not another, ISO finds 1 mid. Assumption has a good BC push going here. But unfortunately, Kildor does have these Odin. We'll see if he can work of it. He finds 1, almost finds a 2nd. Omen finds 1 onto ISO inside that B heaven area.
Spike planted.
And now it's a 2-on-3 situation post plant. Samir find 2. It's also Man Revenge is in their favor. They find the last one they need, and that's a 2v3 post-plant clutch for St. Mary there. As an Assumption fan, you hate to see that. Assumption's gonna have a tough round now. With Spectres and full shields in the hands of the Omen, amongst other weaponry. Wow. St. Mary's kind of sitting on their laurels with full buys and 7k for some. And the Breach opting for an off, which means we're going to watch the Breach gameplay until I can't anymore. Okay, I felt like I had to watch that as just over the Odin mows down 2. This is not a good start for Assumption here. Slow push down this right A side. Fortunately for them, Sova does have that Overwatch. Spots out 1. Finds 1 on the Viper. 2 versus 3. Tom picks up 2 though. Somebody gets the plan off.
Last player standing.
It's all on the Omen. Omen finds 1. Finds the 2nd one. 3 of the 3rd. Not quite.
Shadows traveling.
30 seconds left.
Not ready yet. Blinding.
Spike planted. Last player standing. Last round in the half.
Alright, sorry, I'm back. I step away for a minute. But it looks like in the meantime, Exception clutched up a much needed round. But unfortunately, still not a lot of bank. Maybe we have to creep through. There's A site. Breach was a healer now. Put some util on there, makes the call.
You should run.
Most attacker kills are going out. All ultimates would be used probably here, as it is the last round of the half here.
Welcome to my world.
Control ultimate defense one player. Toxin low. Ultimate is out, and Payton puts the plant down.
Deploying drone. Enemy marked.
So tried to go for one there, but Payton's gonna wipe him out. One more fall. It's all on this Yoru. Finds two in the smoke, finds three in the smoke. Almost finds a fourth, but has to reload.
Switching sides.
Level heads until we're home, yes? Good.
Now to put something at 7-5 into the half. Not bad. Definitely not upset to see that stat line. Or score line, sorry.
Right here. Revealing area.
Your assumption is now on that defense. Where St. Mary's looking for some sort of aggressive A push here. Ice spots one out, but is unable to make a connection. Charge shoots the fiber up, but Tom gets one blind. Brute shoots back though, finds it. ISO gets one, spike down in the smoke.
Spike down A.
2 on 2 here. Both, pretty much the whole gunfight's been in the smoke so far. And with this, but they're gonna claim. It's almost going to get one, but unfortunately neither are going to fall. And Assumption is going to take that loss as they move on to their next round.
They're weak. Good.
And St. Mary's once again going to opt for their A push here. They split between the cellar and the long A push. Probably gets fragged out there, and Ice is going to fall as well. And St. Mary's gets a very fast control. Assumption struggles for a retake here. 3 versus 5. Gets one through the smoke. Down 2 versus 5 for Assumption. Still pistol round for them, so not expected to win by any means. Kind of a brutal cross being held by St. Mary's here too.
Enemy remaining.
That's one of the Viper.
Revealing area.
And Page can look for exit frags. But unfortunately they're going to go a different direction. He's not going to find himself any.
Cover going out. Cover going out.
And another quick 8 finish from St. Mary's. Starting with 2 picks for themselves. But Assumption responds with 2 of their own.
Spike planted.
The play is down regardless. 3 on 3 here. Viper finds 1.
Player standing.
But St. Mary's Viper will equalize it. Viper finds a 3rd kill. It's a 1-on-1. Could get into your coach is playing that cellar. Viper's unable to find the frag, however. And despite the repeated success, it looks like St. Mary's is going to opt for a change of pace here.
Poison orb emitting. Poison's off. Poison orb emitting. Poison's off. Toxins going up. Toxin screen down.
Last player standing.
And a very quick round from St. Mary's there as I pretty much just entry and kill.
Time to take these arms for a spin.
And we'll see what some people do. Half, yeah, basically a full buy. As full buy as they can do.
Who's next?
That's the holding Song save, but he's going to unscope at a pivotally wrong moment. And he's going to fall. Meanwhile, I'm about to make a turn on its Omen, but Omen is more patient there, and he's going to find the kill. Peyton shoots back with one, though, to put Assumption on the board for kill-wise here. Owen finds a third to equalize it, or a second to equalize it, putting both teams at 3-3. And St. Mary's is going to rotate out after finding a pick on a Peyton. They're going to try their luck with a different bomb site, probably one less well defended.
30 seconds left.
Placing alarm bomb. Placing swarm grenade. Swarm grenade out.
And they're going to get that plan off. Sova's trying to scout it out.
Scanning ahead.
Door catches them lurking. He's patient though. Finds one. Sova's aware now. But he gets shot in the back as he turns to check it out. Now it's going to be a 12-5 with St. Mary's on a match point.
So I think still game winners at game 2. Good luck, see ya.
Assumption really needs to get on the board this half if they don't want to lose his first one. Let's see if they're able to pull it together here. And it starts pretty well with Tom getting frag off the bat. An early Viper ultimate just dropped out on that A side, really trying to discourage any semblance of a push here.
Toxin screen down.
Both the ISO and Viper sitting in that ultimate, waiting to see if St. Mary shows their face.
Seconds left.
Cover going out. Cover going out.
Usually going out as they push on towards this C site. Tom finds a frag though. It's going to fall before he can find any more. Peyton's blinded, but in a good position. Stops the plant. Finds the second one, but is looking to spot it out. 1v3, but Assumption's not on this C site, so enough to stop that plant. But a 1v3 post one's a pretty good situation to be in for them. But can the Owen pull together? Top frag for the St. Mary's roster. We'll see what he can do. Blind by the Omen. Finds one. Almost finds a second, but the shotgun is going to find one to the head. And Assumption is on the board for half two. Now they're going to need a couple points to put this into OT. And it seems St. Mary's are back towards their A rush ways, finding a quick kill on the ISO.
You should run.
Kill the ultimate going out too. Assumption is going to have to make up their mind of if they want to defend this or just seed and go for the retake here. And it looks like they're going to try and defend this. As they pick up 3 kills, canceling the control ultimate is canceled as well. And now Omen's left in a 1v3 pre-plant. And Assumption's going to pull that one out as well, foiling their rush and wasting the Killjoy ultimate. And St. Mary's plots their next move here as they angle for once again, a C put or an A push. So the Silver trying to scout out the locations here. Spots at least one in there. And after that they opt for a swap. They get the Killjoy ultimate out too, and they just can rotate to a different push after you already wasted that util. Yoru finds Payton, and they go for the plan here. So Drone gets shot out, unable to identify any locations of St. Mary's players. Owen playing carefully, finds the Viper. Oh, but he's going to whiff the shots and not get the Viper kill at all, actually. And Assumption's in a 4v4 now. Finds one on the Tom, but the Omen fires back. 3v3. Killjoy Torrent making some quick work as Viper falls to the Sova. Assumption needs to get this. Killjoy U2 being used. But I'm going to land the shots, and that's going to be an attacker victory in the first half to St. Mary's. And we'll be right back soon with the second game. And we are back. And we're going to ignore this incorrect score that I definitely never changed. But we'll fix that never, probably. By never, I mean, like, I just fixed it. But, you know, don't worry about that one, big dog. But we are here. We're back. And we're on split this time after a tough loss. The Assumption roster is rejuvenated and ready to go. And some slight role swapping, as Tom is going to be yoinking the rule of duelist here. Tom did good fragging last game. We'll see if this new role in operator will give him a better chance to frag out. I've seen Tom put some good work in on split before. We'll see if he can do it again. Assumption's going to start their round here on the attack as St. Mary once again does 5 ghosts, which, you know, they won pistol rounds both times last game, so it seems to work pretty well for them, all things considered. And we'll see if it works the same this time. Assumption, as usual, going to go for their smattering of ghosts, classics, and util. And we'll see what they're up to as we load into this first one. Assumption seems like they're clustered around for a mid push, with some lurking being done by Peyton over by the A site. And we'll see what each team is up to here. Sage wall goes out as Assumption creeps in down this mid. Peyton puts some shots out on that A site. Doesn't connect with anything. Sage wall off of the Omen as they push towards this heaven. And Assumption is able to get control of his B site pretty freely here. Some missed shots from Peyton are going to cost him though, as he's going to fall. As the Yoru tries to creep in on Assumption's control of this B site. Takes his time, lines up the shot. But the plant is down for Assumption. And they're going to 5v3 retake for St. Mary. Tom misses after getting the first shot as well. It's tough to see. And it's going to look like a mop-up for St. Mary's. Hello, Dan. Dan, do you notice how that now that I have to make the graphics, they're all a little bit, like, they're all worse? This is your fault because you left. And marshalling. We'll see what this breach is up to. In the right position, his Assumption is attempting a pretty heavy A push here. But the smoke is out to stall. Finds one with a quick snipe. Puts his util down range. Assumption rushes into A side to get this plant off before any more people fall victim to the marshal. But unfortunately, the plant is stopped. Yeah. And it's all, again, a matter of cleaning up the scraps here for St. Mary's as they just rush in with shotguns and finish the job. And by shotguns, I of course mean shotgun singular. But, you know, the end result did not differ. Breach holding down that long A side, but Assumption is not attempting to push it. As Tom creeps up through the Sage util. Omen on his right. And they quickly take control of this site through their use of smokes. Payton finds one to clear the site fully. Sky lurks on this heaven. Flashes two, but is actually shot through the flash there, even though she gets both of them. Tragic. Paid on the long flank, but not a lot of time as St. Mary's is creeping in here. Payton from above finds one. And that's a good clutch as Tom finds three. And enough to save something in the round as they get points on the board here. Oh, Outlaw Gaming. I'm actually kind of want to see this one. See if Payton pushes him or not. And he's going to get Payton with it. Omen gets flashed, and he tries to get some spraying gun, but unfortunately does not get any kills with that. Assumption even out the total 4-4. Sky holding this heaven. Yor peeks up, but tragically, but it's fine. As she's still able to confirm the kill. Damn. Not a good luck at getting sprayed while blinded. Some tragic luck right there.
One enemy remaining. Last player standing.
It's a tragic spray right there, as unfortunately for the Sage, despite Breach not knowing where he is, unable to confirm the kill. That's going to be a one round. If Sage had played time there and waited for the defuse, she probably had a good chance of winning that round too. But, you know, shoulda, coulda, woulda, right? Breach once again holding that long while Assumption tries a different plan as they attempt to push this B site. Yor gets out of there after getting blinded. Payton holds the lurk. Waiting, biding his time. Ever so carefully. Sees one, but immediately shot in the head as soon as the ice breaks. Breach finds one onto Tom. But a blinded Yor finds one before getting fragged out himself. But that will be the whole round for unfortunately for St. Mary's as they pick up another round with a post-plant defuse. And an early kill on the Sky gets negated as she is revived, but 2 frags out for Assumption. Payton finally gets some blood on his hands in that regard. On that long play.
One enemy remaining.
And this should be a good wrap up for Assumption as they're able to take this round with ease.
Wait until I blind them to strike.
And Assumption gets another one back. With a full speed of ultimates available for St. Mary's. We'll see how they attempt to use it here. Payton squaring off with 2 of them over this orb on by A site. We'll see who makes the first move here. And he's going to get shot through the smoke for almost all of his health. He's going to have to relinquish control of the orb as well. He's going to back off as Assumption pushes onto this B site. Orb backs out. Omen ultimate's in. Sage finds a pick onto the Omen onto Assumption. But the bomb is down. Payton's going to find a lurk soon if he's able to get the kill, and he is. And it turns it into a 4v2 for Assumption here. And there's no reason for them to play aggro here. They just need to chill and wait as the bomb timer ticks down towards their eventual victory. Assumption trying to play for these exit frags potentially too, as they try to escape the blast. Assumption puts another one back to back. Only 1 point difference here. Payton not playing as aggressively here, using his camera to scope out the area. Payton finds a 1. Assumption rotates their push towards this A site where they already know they have at least 1 man down. Payton finds a second, but he's going to get fragged out by the Breach. Breach finds a second. Sage Rez is going to mitigate those numbers a little bit, put the advantage inside of St. Mary's favor, but the bomb is going down, and St. Mary's is going to have to move to stop that, but Sage gets 2 more kills, and it's all in a 1v4 for Assumption. And we'll see if they're able to dig themselves out of this hole. Let's be a 1 round for the defenders. So he's pushing up on this orb, getting control here. Payton's aware and lurking. See if we can get them when they go for this. And bright idea, slightly off crosshair placement, and good reaction time from St. Mary there is going to end up with them having to kill. I don't know what the hell Jor's doing. Some high tier Yor gameplay I'm unaware of, most likely. Tom gets one from underneath, almost gets a second, but it's going to get right out instead. Owen picks up two, and Assumption is just going to get fragged out of there.
My old thread is changing plans.
Assumption attempting to back towards a mid push angle instead of just B push. They get controls of there, then push out. Payton abandoning his A site hold as well, ceding full control. But they walk their way up. Yoru shot in the back, but Payton is unable to confirm the kill. Yoru finds one, and then teleports out. Meanwhile, it's a bloodbath in mid, which is going to end in the favor of St. Mary's, putting the Assumption into a 3v1 situation. But the blind ends for Omen first, and he's able to locate and neutralize. However, he does not have access to his bomb. He can only go about finding that. Fortunately, Sage found it first.
30 seconds left.
Bomb is out, hiding in the smoke here. But 2v1 is still a tough position to be in, as he can just get pinched. Decay's active, and he's going to get located and shot. That's be another round win for the defenders. Seven, 3. Assumption needs to claw back these 2 points if they want to try and make a repeat of the last game. Opting for a potential C or A push here. But the Breach is watching that with an Odin. Similar thing happened in the last game. We'll see if Assumption deals with it the same way or not. Breach is going to fall. Assumption up 5-3. Different manpower. Payton finds a solo pick onto the B side as well. Ultimate out. They know the locations. Only one from St. Mary's on this A site. But Omen is going to come back here with an op, which means we're going to watch the op intent now. Because that's more fun. I'm not biased anyway, by the way, in case you guys were wondering. Payton's in a good position here to lurk. maybe catch out, but no one's going to change his mind on where he wants to be.
30 seconds left.
Much to, I'm sure, Peyton's displeasure. Plant's going out. Sage shoots some bullets down range, not enough to really land anything of note.
Last player standing. Last round before the switch.
Assumption puts a point on the board for themselves there. Really trying to get this last one for themselves. Made a nice 7-5. We'll see if they're able to do that though.
Cover going out.
An Assumption has a quick push down this A. Not even really clearing, which means this could be disastrous for them as a member of St. Mary's lurks behind, gets one, but it made their presence known.
Spike planted.
3 versus 4. We'll watch this carefully though, as Assumption really desperately needs his point. The Breach Ultimate's going to make that hard. Payton gets a crazy some kills here though, before he's eventually taken out, putting it at 2-3.
One enemy remaining.
It's all on Sage now. Pressured out. Which has time. Oh. Fakes it.
They have no right to do this.
And image that closes out 8-4. As a new pistol round starts, with Assumption on the defensive. We'll see if they're able to make anything more of this.
Scout destroyed. Look out. Blinded.
Sean finds one. Or not Sean, sorry. Tom finds one, and that's Spike. We're stuck in a corner there. We'll see if he's able to get himself out of that situation. Breach finds one.
Spike down B.
Frag's going out here as Assumption tries to take control of this B site. 2 to either side. And a crazy clutch from Assumption there. I mean, not clutch, it was 2-2, but like, they played well, is the cliff notes of what I'm trying to say. To win their first pistol round of the set. Which means for once, they're actually in the driver's seat going into this round 2. Which I'm sure they're happy to see. We'll see how Assumption navigates this round. Tom picks up one with a stinger. As St. Mary's figures out where exactly that they want to push from, now that they're down a man. I will be right back.
Last player standing. Spike down B.
Looks like I was the stronger one. This is gonna be fun. You will not kill my allies.
Last player standing.
I'll do my job, you do yours.
And I am back. Sorry about that. Assumption picks up Or they looks like they lost a last round actually, but this is a pretty close one. As Assumption goes for a some tough stinger spray. That's going to be on the stage to see if she can clutch out this round. Try and keep St. Mary's as far away as they can from being near that match point game end scenario. Does she know to check her right? She knows one's on her left. She does now. Gets the wand with the spray, but is not able to figure out, or not able to get that last player. 10-6. Go for the orb there. See if Sky is able to get it. But a flash is going to represent her death there. Tom puts shots down range, but not enough to spell the anyone's end. Tom's will fall. Not before he gets one himself. Pain falls as well. So he gets the refrag in the mid. Picks the Vandal as well, putting Assumption in a 2 versus 3 post plan. Reach on the right. I'm going to claim Sage. Now a 1v3 position for the Omen. And we'll see if he can do anything with it though. Yeah, it's going to be 11-6. Only 1 point off that match point. Not a good position to be in, must say. Definitely not happy to be in that position if I am Assumption. We'll see if they're able to navigate this or not. And St. Mary's pushes towards the C, towards his A point, to Ompup's ultimate. And St. Mary's clearing out that mid is going to make the call to rotate to B, with their Omen looking to pick up any easy lurks that come his way. Speaking of which, waits. See if we can get 2. Gets 1, but does not see the jet in the smoke. So I'm just getting pincer here, unable to properly divide their time. Tom missed with his last knife and is forced to bring out the gun, but it's too late at that point. Payne's looking for exits while Sky gets collapsed upon. And this is going to put St. Mary's at that coveted match point. Payne does get the exit he wants though. And picks the Odin he would like as well.
Match point.
That goes there.
And it's all or nothing for Assumption here as they're on match point of their game 2. After losing the first one, they really need to win it here if they want to have any chance at winning this set.
Who's next?
And further trouble, it looks like St. Mary's going to opt for an A rush. Grabs a quick pick on the Sky. And as well as Tom. Payne gets that Odin spray through the smoke to pick up a kill on the Sage. But he's going to get taken out while switching weapons. Or switching from util.
Spike planted. Last player standing.
It's not looking good for Assumption here. 1v4 situation. And unfortunately, the shots are just not going to come out. And that is going to be the set and the series. Assumption takes an unfortunate loss here to St. Mary's. But, you know, they played rather well. They had a nice coordinated attack each time, and Assumption was not able to deal with it. But that will be your Valorant fix for today. Join us next Monday for some more Smash, and then hopefully next Tuesday for some more Valorant, unless Tom switches the schedule on me again. This has been your caster, Daniel, and